Welcome to The Explainer. Today we're looking at the micro-habit to macro-crisis, unpacking tech neck. Basically, we're diving into how our screen-obsessed modern lifestyles are just completely sabotaging our structural alignment. But don't worry, we're also going to uncover one of the absolute simplest hacks to actually fix it. You know, we live in this era of crazy, unprecedented convenience, right? But those very same comforts might be taking a huge silent toll on our physical biology. So, let's unpack the mechanics of tech neck, look at the truly terrifying downstream effects it has on your body's stress response, and figure out how to get your posture back in harmony.
Okay, let's kick this off with a quick physical check-in. So, question for you. Are your shoulders rolled forward right now? Seriously, as you're listening to this explainer, I want you to literally just freeze. Don't adjust, notice your body. Where are your ears compared to your shoulders? Are you kind of leaning into your screen? Look, in today's world, we spend countless hours locked into our computers and phones, and it is so incredibly easy to slip into this collapsed, routine posture without a second thought. But this seemingly innocent slouch, it's actually the starting line for a massive cascade of structural issues.
To really get why this is happening, we've got to zoom out and look at modern convenience as a whole. The industrial age gave us these amazing comforts: soft beds, temperature-controlled rooms, endless entertainment on demand. But as health expert Martin Pytela puts it so perfectly, if I don't use something, it atrophies. And atrophy is the enemy of health. Our bodies were built to move, to oscillate, to handle extremes. When we're just chilling in a perfectly air-conditioned room, slumped in a plush, highly cushioned chair, we simply aren't using our stabilizing muscles. And like Pytela points out, if you don't use them, they wither away. Atrophy really is the ultimate enemy of our structural health.
And that atrophy, it shows up most often as what the pros call tech neck. That's the forward head posture caused by routine computer and phone use, which results in extreme cervical vertebrae pressure. Essentially, it's that routine collapse where we just roll our shoulders forward and constantly crane our heads toward our devices. Because we're leaning into monitors or looking down at our phones for a huge portion of our waking hours, this forward head posture has become an absolute epidemic. And hey, it's not just an aesthetic issue, it's a severe structural misalignment. You're forcing your body to bear weight in a way it was absolutely never designed to.
Let's actually look at the structural mechanics here. Think about proper alignment versus forward head posture. In proper, healthy alignment, your ear is stacked directly over your shoulder. When you're stacked like that, your skeleton just effortlessly holds the weight of your head. Easy, right? But the second you drift into that forward head posture and take your ear off that center axis, wow, the physics change dramatically. It causes this massive geometric increase in structural pressure. For every single inch your head drifts forward, it adds about 10 pounds of pressure to your spine. It's literally like forcing your neck to balance a bowling ball on a tiny twig. Your neck muscles are just constantly straining just to keep you upright.
And all that geometric pressure, it creates this massive hidden domino effect. Once you create an imbalance in those cervical vertebrae, everything downstream of it gets hit. We're talking reduced oxygen availability to the brain, severe TMJ and jaw pain, nasty migraines, neck aches, and this really intense mid-back pressure right between your shoulder blades. But here's the wildest part to me. When you collapse your posture and cut off proper circulation, you actually alter your breathing patterns. This forced, shallow breathing can literally shift your nervous system, locking your body into an active fight-or-flight stress state without you even realizing it's happening.
So think about this. Afternoon fatigue might not be a caffeine deficiency. It might actually be an oxygen deficiency caused by your folded posture. You know that dreaded 3 p.m. slump where you feel like you can barely keep your eyes open? Yeah, you probably don't need another cup of coffee. Because your posture is folded forward and your neck is under immense strain, you're physically choking off the blood supply and oxygen to your brain. You are literally suffocating your own energy levels through bad alignment. Fixing that crash might just be a matter of sitting up, pulling your shoulders back, and getting those ears stacked back over your shoulders to restore that vital oxygen flow.
All right, so how do we fix this? Let's look at a low-hanging fruit solution. Dr. Peter Martone's pillow hack. We spend a third of our lives sleeping, so your bed is the prime place where your posture is either healing or getting worse. Martone points out that most of us are doing it all wrong. We take these big, fluffy pillows and jam them right behind our heads, which basically forces us right back into that exact same tech neck posture for 8 straight hours. So here's the incredibly simple hack. Step 1, remove the pillow from behind your head. Step 2, literally just shift it down so it's sitting directly beneath your neck to support those muscles.
The whole point here is to stop the overnight atrophy. When you support the neck, you restore the bioharmony. By shifting that pillow to support your cervical spine, you actively maintain the natural curve of your back and stop the neck muscles from wasting away while you sleep. But of course, you can accelerate your progress during the day with some quick daily screen time exercises. Try doing periodic chin tucks, literally pulling your head straight back to create a double chin. Or just actively squeeze your shoulder blades together while you're sitting at your desk to reboot that upper back. Combining those active daily resets with this passive overnight pillow hack, that translates directly into unimpeded oxygen flow to the brain and a massive boost in daytime energy. You're finally addressing the root mechanical issue, not just chasing symptoms.
So, I'm going to leave you with this final provocative thought to chew on. If a simple shift of a pillow can completely rewire your body's stress response and oxygen flow, what other modern comforts are secretly acting as the enemy of your health? We've seen how standard ergonomic setups and plush pillows, things designed for absolute comfort, are actually creating severe physical imbalances. So start paying attention to how you interact with your environment today. Look at your footwear, your seating, your lighting. Ask yourself where else you might be trading your structural integrity and vitality for a little bit of temporary comfort. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer, and hey, keep those ears stacked right over those shoulders.
My body's a temple, but the walls are cracked. Stuck in the rubble of the years I've stacked. Stagnation in my veins like a river turned to dust. Toxic whispers in the wind, but I gotta rebuild, I must.